Hi, everybody. I'm gonna say the words that I've always wanted to say. Welcome to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Jessie. I am an independent singer, songwriter, artist, musician in the Milwaukee area. I've got big dreams. I am doing this full time currently. I just want to do this for the rest of my life. But my intention with this channel is going to be very artist focused, very music focused. I also have a lot of deep thoughts. I'm just going to kind of shoot the shit on here, to be honest. My goal is to post every single Friday, whether that's live performances that I do, thoughts that I'm having, songs that I write, anything. So I just wanted to say hello and welcome. For this first video, I thought it'd be a good idea to just give some context about me. I am from Burlington, Wisconsin, which is, if you know Tony Romo, he's from Burlington, Wisconsin too. I am the youngest of 4 siblings. My dad owned his own auto parts shop since he was 16 or 18 or whatever. My mom is an artist, so she paints. That's her medium of choice. She also makes videos, she dances, she does a lot of things. Growing up, I've always been exposed to art. It just wasn't a super interest of mine to be an artist in any capacity. I always liked music, I always liked writing, but I didn't think I liked it enough to do it. I spent a lot of my life mirroring people and just having a harder time like finding myself in that. It is really easy for me to give what you're giving instead of trying to figure out what I want to give. To me, in my head growing up, being myself was an invitation for hostility. It took me a long time to kind of unravel that. After I graduated high school, I actually ended up going to UW-Madison. When I was in college was the first time that I actually started appreciating music. I had a roommate who was really into indie bands and was showing me a lot of different music, and I kind of started to develop my music style, exploring bands and going to concerts. In between my junior and senior year, I had a summer of just straight hobbies. I was making bracelets, I was biking everywhere. I just kind of was like, I need to find a way to like make myself happy. I had a really rough year before that, had a lot of mental health issues, was coming off of a bunch of medication. Earlier that year, I had gotten even more into music. I would sit on my porch every single night and just listen to local natives, Spacey Jane, different alt indie bands, and just listen to all the layers of music. I would go on Instagram and I would watch Peach Pit guitar tutorials. I have always written, I've always journaled, I've written poetry my whole life, but I really was like, oh my God, I feel like I would be so good at songwriting. So that was one of the hobbies that I decided to pick up. I actually bought a ukulele. I tried to learn it. It took me like 2 days, and then I was like, fuck this, I'm just gonna get a guitar. Found the cheapest one I could find. Didn't know about guitar. I memorized the chord shapes. So I would go on Guitar Tabs, the app, and find a song that I liked, and I would look at the finger placements and where it was on the neck, and ended up teaching myself how to play guitar. After about a year or two of doing that, I started actually writing songs, and I was really secretive about it. It felt very vulnerable to me. Even playing my guitar, I would play it like really quiet in my room. I lived with 3 other people at the time. I was having a really hard time with my confidence with it. I didn't really tell many people I was playing guitar, or I wouldn't show them anything. I just felt so insecure about it. The more that I songwrote, the more that I would come home from a hard day and pick up my guitar, and I just fell more and more in love with it in a really subtle, organic way. By the time I had graduated college, I had no idea what I wanted to do. I was going to school for legal studies. I thought I was going to be an attorney. I was doing some political internships, some social justice internship. It just burnt me out doing that in college. And so I ended up working full time at the hotel that I was working part time at in college. And it just spiraled even more. Like I hated my job, was just really unhappy in my life. I just had no direction. The more that I spent time in my life just not enjoying it, I would come home and I'd play guitar and I would sing and write songs, and I started to daydream about it. That was all I wanted to do, and I would fantasize about a life where I could do it full time, but I would talk myself out of it. I would bargain with myself because I knew that that meant significant mental thought pattern changes, belief systems, just even day to day. Like if I were to do it full time, I had no idea how to get there. At this point too, I was still contemplating going to law school. I just thought I was really burnt out for a second. I needed like a minute before going back to school. In February of 2024, my dad got diagnosed with cancer. I immediately knew I wanted to move home. It gave me a sense of purpose. It gave me a sense of direction. It was also, I just knew where I needed to be at that time in my life. I ended up moving back in with my parents. It was the best decision I ever made. He ended up healing from that. It was about a year of treatment and some very close calls curveballs, but we're good. I got a job at a law firm just to figure out, do I want to go to law school? I realized very quickly, no, I do not. While that was all happening, my way of coping was to write songs. I would put everything into my songwriting. Frustration with not having any direction in life, I would write a song about it. Everything that was going on with my dad, I'd write a song about it. More family drama or friend drama, or I was long distance with the boyfriend that I had. It was everything went into my songs. Once I realized that I didn't want to go to law school, that was kind of the final straw of this old version of myself. And then I really realized this is a dream that I want to come true. And I finally respect myself enough to acknowledge that. Because I was so insecure about my voice, I took some voice lessons. I did that for about 9 months. That helped a lot. The woman that I went to had a lot of experience in the industry. It was just really the gateway into the world for me. And at this time, I was still working at the law firm in Chicago, so I was commuting 2 hours each way, twice a week. I thought I was going to move down to Chicago and start doing music down there. And then I started going up to Milwaukee, taking voice lessons. I started doing open mics up in Milwaukee. My first ever performance of anything, showing anyone my songs like in public, was October 16th of 2024. So it was just shy of a year ago. As soon as I did that, I just knew. I just knew it. Since then, I started recording my songs. I've been able to start doing gigs. About 2 weeks ago was my last day at my job at the law firm. So I decided that I wanted to do this full time and move to Milwaukee instead of Chicago. So that's my next step. So that's literally my whole story. The reason that I wanted to create this channel was basically because this has been such a personal, I'm following my own light kind of journey. I have a lot of thoughts a lot of the time that I want to share with people that I feel like are worth noting. I just want to share my music with people. I want to let people in on the process of it. I kind of just want to document what's going on behind closed doors. This is unrelated, but I tend to be pretty prolific. Like I will write sometimes like multiple songs a day. It just comes through me. And that was one of the reasons why I was like, I think I kind of want to do this full time. Like, why is it so easy? It's like, this doesn't make any sense. Something that happens when I write songs sometimes is I will accidentally channel people. What that means basically is I will end up writing a song almost for someone else unknowingly. So a lot of times my intentions when I'm writing a song is to just sit down and write. If I'm not feeling inspired, it's whatever goes. It is the most ridiculous ideas, stupid phrases, I'll just sit down, I'll close my eyes and I'll just say things. And a lot of times I'll find ideas through that. And sometimes I just write a song and I'm like, this is like a fine song. I don't connect with it. I don't know what it means. And I'll just kind of put it away. And oftentimes it'll come back up in some circumstance, like maybe a days, months, weeks later, whatever. Someone will hear it and be like, or I'll hear it and be like, oh my God, this is directly applicable to this person or whatever. So maybe I'm channeling someone on here. I want to be able to make myself accessible then to whoever needs to hear it. So that's a little bit of background about me. I'm really excited. I love being an idiot on the internet. So why not do that in a more lengthy way? Subscribe. Every Friday I'll be posting a video. If you want to hear more of me, if you want to figure out what I'm all about, feel free to subscribe. I've got some stuff in the works. I have a single coming out at the beginning of next month. I have an album that I'm working on, an EP that I'm working on after that. My closing thoughts: please listen to yourself. Please take care of yourself. Please acknowledge your dreams. Please go for your dreams. Recognize that your life has worth and the things that you want, you deserve. You don't have to sell yourself short because people have always not believed in you or you have not believed in you. 3 years ago, I was working at a hotel, a completely different city. I had no idea how to play an instrument. 3 years later, I'm doing this full time. You just never know. Like, just invest in yourself, believe in yourself, and you will get to where you need to go. You go to it, and then it will come to you. Anyways, I love you so much. And I'll see you next week.